Everybody, it's the Mad Master here, and I'm here to tell you about a very alarming trend that we're seeing in big tech and the media. So, earlier last year, I was on Yahoo News because some of my emails are from Yahoo still. Very boomerish of me or Generation X of me, call it what you will, but I still have a few Yahoo emails and usually see the news articles. So, I used to go to the articles and read the comments. And there were comments, on every article. There's thousands of comments, people commenting, you ranging from the craziest QAnon nonsense about how Trump was going to institute a new currency next week because Q said it and it never happened, to the people saying he was the next Hitler and he's going to round up everybody in the concentration camps. All the craziest shit ever, right? But then you had a lot of people actually legitimately debating each other. And it was, a source of information because they would post links to articles and all this stuff or studies or something like that. Well, all of a sudden, I noticed that the Yahoo comments, were not there anymore. And there was like some kind of little thing where they were, like a little disclaimer, we're not going to be doing this anymore or whatever. I'm just like, oh my God, this is fucking ridiculous. I don't know if it's because Verizon bought Yahoo or what, but it was just complete fucking, it was disappointing because I used to go there a lot. But earlier today, probably about 10 minutes ago now, I noticed something else on Amazon, because people can still post reviews, but you can't post comments to the reviews. I guess they shifted that out in December of 2020. So this is a dangerous precedent. This is a dangerous trend. We can talk about all the stuff that's going on with big tech and censorship and censoring the fucking president. It's which I obviously do not believe in. There's other ways to handle that whole thing that are far better, in my opinion. But it's stifling debate. They're stifling people's debates. That's what they're doing, these big tech companies. You can't comment on reviews because you used to be able to comment on reviews, and reviews are still allowed, but who knows when that's going to go away too. I think people make their living on reviews, so they're going to keep them. Maybe they'll have official reviews, of like mainstream fucking lamestream media, people that are able to have access to do the reviews, and then they'll have the plebeian, this is an unverified review, and they'll have a disclaimer and all this stuff or something, or just censor them altogether or take them out. So the problem, it's the smoke on the gun. Okay. I thought it was a stain, but it's part of the shirt. Thank God. I don't know. So the problem with this precedent is that when back in the day, you used to be able to debate people and, be able to have different kinds of conversations. Now there are a lot of crazy people out there, but at the same time, it's like, how does this help the conversations? You used to be able to comment on someone's reviews, though. Like, let's say you had a Noam Chomsky book that was given a bad review by someone. They said he's an apologist for Pol Pot, which was actually a real thing. You could go, someone could comment on it and say, no, in such and such book that he wrote, he said all this stuff about Pol Pot in Cambodia. He was only trying to conflate the media's portrayal of what happened in Cambodia and East Timor, because it just shows the power of propaganda, that they didn't cover the East Timor stuff at all, and blah, 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 blah. So you used to actually have these types of debates and comments, and they got heated and they got crazy at times, but they were actually on a higher level than the Yahoo debates, honestly. It's the Yahoo Comments debates. The Amazon debates were actually really good a lot of the time, because it seemed like it was on a higher intellectual level. Because if you're reading fucking books, you're not going to be simpleton necessarily. If you're reading books and reviewing them, and you're responding to reviews of books that you have to read, usually you're not going to be some type of less intelligence quotient person. So that really bothers me. I think we really need to stop this trend. That's why these places like Minds or Gab or Parler or BitShoot they're growing in popularity is because it's not only because of Trump supporters, it's just because they're just becoming a pain in the ass to post anything about anything that's controversial on these mainstream platforms. I mean, soon I predict an influx of actual anti-establishment left people onto these platforms as time goes on, especially as Beijing Biden. I'm going to call him that because I have to now. I just got to call him that because I like it from Sticks, Hex, and Hammer. I don't give a fuck. I like calling him that. Especially as Beijing Biden, prepares the mediocre fucking neoliberal corporatist presidency that he starts. More on the left are going to see all this hypocrisy and shit, and they might get censored, so they'll probably be going to these platforms. So I'm trying to start earlier myself. I am in the process of trying to upload videos to BitShoot. Now, one thing about BitShoot is that it is kind of a pain in the ass because like the processing time is different than on YouTube. And it's kind of annoying that some of these platforms could just be better. And I'm sure like YouTube had its problems and had its code that wasn't the pinnacle of perfection early on as well. But I think that'll improve with time. I think BitShoot will improve. They'll have to, because I can't get YouTube on my iPhone or BitShoot on my iPhone. I'm certain, and I have an iPhone, unfortunately. For all the slave fucking bullshit that's come out about that company. So I can't actually get it like with my browsers very well. It takes, and in some computers, it takes forever to load videos, and there's all sorts of problems with the platform. I do like the platform though, overall. It's pretty easy to use other than the loading stuff. Actually, it's easier to use than YouTube because YouTube is kind of a pain in the ass sometimes. It was easier to actually, took less seconds to at least load an upload on BitShoot than it does on YouTube. Of course, I don't know if it's even on there yet. It seemed like it was taking forever. But and I have pretty high speed internet. So that's the problem with these things. And I think there will be a concentrated effort by some who are nonpartisan or on the left, regardless of what the mainstream media says about them, that will make their own tech platforms that are less about censorship as time goes on. Because really, at the end of the day, stifling debate and stifling comments on different platforms is not going to make anything better. It makes it worse. People get all pent up. They aren't able to release their aggression on a comments section or troll people on a video or comments or whatever. It's in the public marketplace of ideas, as a lot of the more controversial people call it, is being squandered by these people, these big tech companies, and all these different moves that they're making. And yeah, that's just the latest move. These are just things I notice. I mean, I don't see any of these mainstream YouTubers that I like even talking about some of this stuff. Like, they are talking about the big tech censorship, thank God, but like, there's these little things that are happening all across the board. No Amazon comments on reviews, no comments on Yahoo. Who knows, like other places probably have like policies now that they don't have no comments in this section, Oh, we disabled comments a long time ago on this paper or this publication. It's like, and when before they had comments all over the place, but they're going to fucking shoot themselves in the foot eventually. I mean, I think the rising alt tech and rising dissatisfaction with censorship will increase if authoritarianism increases, which it already has, and it's already stumbled. I mean, we talk about a certain person that won a certain election and had a couple weeks before, his certain relative had some certain controversial things that happened that certain publications published things about, that certain tech platforms certainly suppressed, and they got embarrassed by it. People were like, what the fuck is this about? And then they reneged on that, and then they said, okay, we can have this or that. It's like, what are these people fucking trying to do? But yeah, it's just something I complain about because it was something I look forward to, is sometimes commenting on people's reviews. And some of my I have actually a Amazon profile that I used to do a lot of reviews on, and people would comment on it. And I'm like, oh, that's cool, you know, and I discover new stuff from it, like oh, this person did this album, you know, but this person, I never read it on Wikipedia. It's just, you know, I just hadn't stumbled upon that. You know, I would find out about something else or some book or some movie or music or whatever. But no, you got to stifle any kind of discussion online as much as possible. Just have the approved authorities talking about it. You know, that's what the trend is going towards. So I'm fucking migrating the fuck out of some of these platforms. I'm going to get as many of these mainstream tech platforms. I'm going to try to get on as many all tech ones as possible. I just did a profile on Minds. I couldn't get yet Parler in time because they had taken it down from the store. And of course, you know, there's a lot of Nazi fucking nut jobs on these platforms, of course. I mean, I remember YouTube back in 2009 and 2010. You know, there were all sorts of weird Nazis commenting on stuff all the time. You're just going to get that. I mean, that's what's going to happen. And, you know, these people, if they're not taken seriously as much in a certain way, if they're just kind of laughed at and kind of just like, oh yeah, Nazis, I think in a way they get less power from that, because they want you to respond and react and say they're being oppressed by these people, you know, of certain dissent, that I'm actually of dissent as well, by the way. You know, there's actually something about that really is relevant in this discussion. I think just let them fucking say their crazy shit as long as they don't threaten anybody. That's my whole thing. But no, we got to suppress dissent, because the inappropriate, or not inappropriate, the stuff that's as disadvantages the power structures might be commented upon or discussed, because that's what they're really scared of. They're not scared of a bunch of fucking, you know, QAnon or Nazi fucking lunatics. They're really scared of the people actually questioning the power structures themselves. That's what they're really scared of. They're scared of the people, you know, supporting BDS, or, you know, questioning their policies of, you know, using essentially slave labor in India or China or wherever. That's what they're really fucking scared of. They're not scared of these little fucking nut job Nazis and shit. So anyways, that's all. We got to stop these fucking, you know, we got to stop this fucking bullshit. And, you know, as soon as my BitShoot channel is prepared, I will post a video about it and post a link. Be doing more videos on there too. Got some really cool stuff I'm excited about. There's one that I'm almost actually done. I'm actually halfway done writing. It's going to be a video about actually the media, with regards to a certain crisis that we're in, and how certain people are worthy victims, whereas in previous years, previous panic-demics, even that happened in 2009, there were certain people that were unworthy victims that they didn't talk about it as much. You probably know who I'm talking about, because there was a certain person that the media just can't stop talking about, that died. That I just go to the fucking grocery store, and I'll see, like, they're still talking about this dude, and it's sad that he died. He was somewhat famous, but it's like they have to trot it out all the time, and it's just like, okay, we get it. This guy died of it. He was younger-ish, you know. It's like, okay, we get it. Can't you find some more celebrities that died of it and fucking do articles about it? But they can't. They have to do this. They have to trot out this guy every. There's People magazine. His wife speaks out about how his terrible struggle. It's like kill some more celebrities, for fuck's sake, please. Get me. I'm sick of seeing the same damn celebrity trotted out about the virus. The same one celebrity. So that's what the videos. I can't fucking take it anymore. Okay, that's all.